Hi everyone, I'm Greg, Bioinformatter, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Moxfield, and Blue Sky, and Threads, Bioinformatter underscore actual on Threads and Instagram. I got in my first order of Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed. Um, uh, yeah. So anyhow, this stuff came much earlier than I expected. I've already cracked boxes of things, but this is I figured I would. The bundle is a nice little self-contained thing to go over. So essentially, it's got it's got the packs, it's got a foil, so it's got a special version of the Royal Assassin. It's got land packs, it's got a spin down counter, and it's got a box, fancy box, and then some reference card stuff. Um, so let's see. Now these are small packs, like they did with Aftermath, which didn't go over so well. Although it did have a couple of good cards in it. Um, okay. Has a little art insert, which a little beat up. Now I don't think I'm going to attempt to pronounce any of the characters because I actually know very little about Assassin's Creed. I'm not an adept video game player. I have to do sceners because I just don't have, things are too frenetic and I'm just not that well coordinated for it. I just never got the skills for it. So, yeah, so I don't know much about the lore of this set. I mean, I picked up some by osmosis through the Twitter feed. But here's the punch out counters that they've got in this thing. Okay, they got a little spacer thing in there. Put that out of the way. Okay, so here's our packs inside, and here's the spin down counter. So the spin down counter. Okay, there's the symbol. Um, okay. They've got security device. Okay, so we got our land packs. So this is like the basic land pack. Um, here's um, here's the foil lands. You can kind of barely see into it. So this one I'll crack just so that you can see what's inside. So this is the bundle version of the Royal Assassin. So that's the bundle version of the card, and then you've got the foil versions of lands. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So we've got 9 of these tiny little packs. So they've only got 7 cards in them. I think these were a little difficult to open. Okay. Here we go. We have an artifact, creature, yes, so I did very little research for this. So, I'm not even sure. So at least this one is a rare. So, Cathartic Reunion. Okay, so we got ourselves a sorcery. So that's an uncommon. Get myself out of the way here. Okay, and then these are kind of like the showcasey kind of format. I don't know the name for this format. This is just an uncommon, so there's a lot of art card. Okay. So this is a set that's got some cool equipments in it and some cool, characters. And I'm gonna have to read through them carefully to see which ones will fit in my kind of decks. So chain assassination, instant, enchantment, origin of the hidden ones, go for the throat, another instant, the island. Okay, so here's a legendary artifact that's rare. Crystal Skull, Isu Spyglass. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play historic lands and cast historic spells from the top of your library, and you can tap it and add blue. Another enchantment. It's an uncommon. Lydia Fry. Uncommon. And a token. Put that with the art cards for now. Tax Collector. Creature. Smoke Bomb. Leading Effect. Enchantment. Planes. Assassin's Trophy. So that's a rare instant. Brotherhood Regalia. That's an uncommon foil artifact. Havi the Allfather. And an art card. Phantom Blade. Coastal Piracy. Enchantment. Blotso Archers. Forest. Okay, yeah, this is the one where I've seen it pronounced, but I've forgotten it already, so I'm not gonna mangle it here. But this one's a rare. And as long as he hasn't dealt damage yet, it has hexproof and can't be blocked. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace. When you do, return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then attach it to that token. There's another bleeding effect, but this time it's in foil. So that's an uncommon enchantment. Alexios Demos of Cosmos. Trample. Attacks each combat if able, can't be sacrificed, and can't attack its owner. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of Alexios, untaps it, and puts a +1/+1 counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. So I guess it's got Xantra vibes or something similar to that. Or there's like an assault suit that does something similar. A token, a serious creature. Loyal Inventor. Fall of the First Civilization. Okay, a new version of Path to Exile. Instant. Swamp. Layla Hassan. So that one's a rare. Human Assassin First Strike. When Layla enters the battlefield and whenever one or more assassins you control deal combat damage to a player, return target historic card from your graveyard to your hand. So there's a lot of getting your artifacts back out of your, artifacts and equipments back out of the graveyard. What must be done in foil? This one's a rare sorcery. Choose one. Let the world burn. Destroy all artifacts and creatures. Or release Juno. Or yeah, I can't tell if I'm. I think it's a J. Return target historic permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It enters with an additional, with 2 additional +1 counters on it if it's a creature. Sorcery. And Shay Cormac. That's an uncommon. And art card with the signature on it. Okay. Hidden Footblade. Assassin Gauntlet. Ezio Brash Novice. Uncommon. Island. Cassandra Eagle Bearer. So, human assassin warrior, haste. When she enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So Reconnaissance is one of the reprints here. That uncommon, it's a 0, remove target attacking creature you control from combat and untap it. If you activate during end of combat, the creature will untap after it deals combat damage. So it's a combat tricky card. I will go with Adewale, Breaker of Chains. So this is the foil version of this kind of showcasey format. The other kind of style of card that I've seen in here is more of a borderless. Some of them come in like a borderless version. So a legendary creature or human assassin pirate. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 6 cards of your library, put an assassin, pirate, or vehicle card from among them into your hand, and the rest onto the bottom of the library in random order. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, you may return Adewale from your graveyard to your hand. Start card. Okay, we're down to 3 packs here. Revelations of Ezio. Enchantment. Towering Viewpoint. Oh, that's a wall. It's actually a creature. Artifact creature wall. Shay Cormac. So, common, mountain. Sword of Light and Shadow. So there's more than one of the swords in here. Yeah, so equipped creature gets +2/+2, has protection from white and from black. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life, and you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. There's a foil hook blade, it's uncommon equipment, and there's the non-foil version of Adewale, breaker of chains, and an assassin token. Haystack. So it's an uncommon, but people have been talking about how this can be useful. So it's 2 tap, target creature you control phases out. Treat it and anything attached to it as though they don't exist until your next turn. Fatal Push. Instant. The Aesir Escape Valhalla. Planes. The Animus. So this, I think, it goes with the lore. So at the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target legendary creature card from a graveyard with a memory counter on it. And then you can tap this, and until your next turn, target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of the target creature card in exile with a memory counter on it. Activate only as a sorcery. So you can grab from a graveyard, so you can use it to become other people's stuff if you don't happen to have better targets in your own graveyard. Roshan, or Hidden Magister. So foil, uncommon. And here it's the same card, but in the fancier version, but just not foil. Another Roshan. A copy token. Okay, here's the last pack. See if we get anything exciting here. Escape Detection. Instant. Restart sequence. Sorcery. That's got free running on it. Yeah, so free running is a new thing here. You may cast a spell for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it normally costs 3 in a black, but you can get it on the cheap with free running for 1 in a black if you've done the damage. And they added that commander on there, so you're not restricted to just playing the assassin stuff. You could use it with other commander things. Brotherhood Headquarters. So a particular land. So it's a colorless land, but you could add 1 mana of any color and spend this mana only to cast an assassin spell or a spell that has free running, or to activate an ability of an assassin source. So Brotherhood Headquarters. There's a forest. Conspiracy. So that's the enchantment. As Conspiracy enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. So yes, it's like a mass typal thing. So it's kind of like a Maskwoody kind of thing. Maskwood Nexus type of effect, I guess. Cathartic Reunion. There's no judgment will cast cost a spell. Discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards. Okay. So uncommon sorcerer. Shay Cormac, which is an uncommon. And there's a signed art card. So, I can't I really have no idea of the values on this set because it's so new that the prices aren't even listed for some of the cards. Um, they don't even have pre-order prices on some of them. So, but I think that there were a couple of the sword and the animus. I think are probably pretty good. Um, I don't know about the crystal skull, maybe. Um, as far as creatures, um, a lot of these, I thought that these were like gonna be like rares or something, but most of them are uncommons. But there's a couple of them that can be rares. Um, so Cassandra's a mythic. Uh, Ezio's uncommon. Layla Hassan is a rare. This guy's a rare. Javi the Allfather. Hatham Kenway. So those are the rares that I got as far as people. And then there's a couple of like I think like the conspiracy, I'm assuming. So that's rare and that's a cool effect. Um, Value wise, I don't know what Reconnaissance does, but it was like now that it's reprinted, it may go down from whatever it was. And I don't know how the free running stuff is going. As far as instance, Assassin's Trophy. What must be done. So I'm assuming that's new. So that's like a new. So it depends on what people think of that one. 3 and 2 white. So destroy all artifacts and creatures. So you get a wrath kind of thing, and or you can get a card back from the graveyard. So you got some flexibility. So anyhow, that's what you kind of get with one of these. They're small packs. They're uncommons, rares, and mythics. So it's similar to the aftermath. And it's going to take me a while to figure out the lore and the characters and the stuff here to fit. But there may be some cool effects here to use in my regular decks. Yeah, so I'm going to learn as I go. This is one of the sets where I just don't know much about it. It's just a couple of stray tweets and things like that, and checking out the Wizard site. But this is out, and then Bloomborough is going to come out right after it. So there's a lot to keep us busy. But anyhow, if you get your hands on some of this, and particularly like if you're someone who actually plays, I hope you enjoy the heck out of it. So thanks for watching. That's the bundle break.